for those of you dealing with a Cancerian and you'd like to have insight into what's happening with them right now. I'm going to look at answering specific questions for you, their feelings for you, where they're at, where their focus is, what spirit is guiding them towards, what their intentions are, and what they want from the connection. I'm also looking at what is coming out into their energies in the next few weeks. So this reading could go both ways. It could be for you if you're a Cancerian and you would like to get deeper insight into what's happening with you right now, what's happening around your energies, and what spirit is guiding you towards focusing on, and what the prominent or dominant energies are around relationships. So this reading can go either way. All right. My name is Elif and I welcome you to Evolve with me. If you're new to my channel, I'm Elif. I am a psychic medium, a channel, and I use the tarot to help me to bring you messages on your spiritual journey, to bring you insight into your relationship in the area of love and relationship, because this entire experience that we call life is, at the heart of it, is the mission is about love. And that's why our relationships play such a focal role in our life experience. Our relationships are also part of what guides us, what helps us to awaken, they bring us lessons, they bring us understanding, they bring us remembrance of who we are. So our relationships play an integral part on our spiritual journey. So these readings go hand in hand with your spiritual evolution, your spiritual path, and your relationship, and how you can give space to higher levels and deeper levels of love in your experience. Okay, so if you enjoy the reading and you find that it resonates, please comment and let me know how. And please do like and subscribe. If you'd like to become a part of the community, I would really appreciate it. It helps my channel to grow. Okay, whatever interaction you can possibly give me on this channel, I would appreciate it, because I have found that my interaction has reduced on YouTube of late, and I saw a post from another reader that was saying the same thing, and they have a much bigger following than me. So we definitely need your help in keeping the channels relevant and making it accessible to others who might benefit from these messages. So if you would take the time to do that, to just like and comment and maybe subscribe if you'd like to see more of my upcoming readings, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, to my returning subscribers, welcome guys. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you are feeling blessed, and I hope that you are easing into the transitions taking place on our planet at this time. I'm sending you so much love. All right, guys, I'm going to start in just a bit, but I always ask that you guys welcome your guides and keepers into your space. Ask them to guide you through the reading, to help you to know and to recognize what is for you and what is not. If it resonates, claim it without a doubt. If it doesn't, it's for somebody else. It's a general collective message. Everything may not resonate. But if it triggers, that is where your work begins. Okay. You've entered a sacred space, and the archangels in the north, south, east, and west have their sacred flames burning. I give thanks to my guides and keepers, your guides and keepers, for allowing me to bring you these messages. Right. Cancer. The energy for Cancer at the moment, all right, I'm going to read as if I'm reading for you about your person, but if you're here to receive insight about yourself, you just take it as it resonates, okay? Okay, so this Cancerian that you are dealing with is going through an introspective phase. There's a lot happening around house. So you could be dealing with someone that has wanted to have a place of their own for a really long time. Maybe they've been sharing with someone. This could be your person that was in a marriage or a long-term relationship. The relationship dissolved or ended, but they still needed to live together because of financial reasons, or just because they were trying to sell the house, whatever the case may be. There's definitely this feeling of being comfortable and having to go through the uncomfortable process of having to create a new home, find a new home, but also being excited because that comfort came with discomfort as well. Okay, so it could also be for your Cancerian that needs to upgrade or needs to move for work, but there's definitely something around home. And then Spirit is saying this person could also be dealing with, if they have children, they could be dealing with figuring out what what the household structure needs to look like moving forward. Perhaps there is a child that has come of age, an adult child, that you're starting to look at what it needs to look like up ahead, where they become more independent, find a home of their own, or assume responsibilities around the home and start to treat it like their own, not like they're just a benefactor. Perhaps this person is working on new perspectives around an adult child that is very, very dependent, and they're trying to figure out how they can support this child in establishing a comfortable sense of independence. Okay. So there's stuff going on around home also. This person is really thinking about what home has been for them. And I feel like there's been some instability around it. Because home to this Cancerian is not just about the structure, it's about the family. It's about the people and how they contribute to that feeling like a home, and the interactions and all of that. And there's definitely a lot of thought around, well, what has home felt like in the past? And what are some of the things that I definitely want to create space for in the future, in my future home? What is it that I want home to feel like? What is it that I want home to look like? How is it that I want the family to connect to the home? There's a lot of taking a look at the relationship with home and what it's been, and wanting to give space to and to learn how to create and to ask for the other members in the household, whether it's a relationship. Perhaps this person is looking at the possibility of creating a new home with you, and what that's looked like with people who they've created home with in the past, and how they would like for that to be different, and what it is that they need to do to support that looking different. Will it work? Perhaps you guys want different things. Do you want the same things? How can you meet one another in the middle? What will create the kind of relationship moving forward that offers an authentic sense of security and stability? Okay. So those are the things happening. The other energy that's coming up is definitely building stronger connections with healing relationships with parents. Spirit says for some of you, your person might be dealing with the wanting to create a new home, wanting to build a new life with you, perhaps, but also having to factor in their parents and what that looks like moving forward. Perhaps their parents they're watching their parents become older and realizing they need to take certain things into account. So Spirit is showing me a situation where somebody perhaps lives where you guys live far apart, and them making it convenient for you. So wanting to build a home closer to where you are might then create a greater space between them and their parents, and them just realizing that their parents will need their support in the months or years to come. So they're thinking about a lot of things, Okay, there's a lot going on at the moment. All right. And it's about the sense of belonging. What belongs? You know, what is it that I have as a part of my life that I've given space to in my home that really doesn't belong? And what is it that belongs? Okay. It's a very deep introspective phase that this Cancer is going through. Okay. And it's definitely about, it's not anymore, it's not even about, okay, what's right and what would I like, and it's about what matches the frequency of what is authentic to me and what matters to me, what is going to make me feel like, okay, this is home and everything is settled and it supports the things that I value in my life, and the home matches me, and the family is comfortable in it, and it supports everybody that it needs to support, and everybody that needs to love the home and support the home is doing so. You know, it's about that sense of, okay, this is right, this is belonging, everything that is here, everyone that is in this home belongs here. You know, this is a home for everyone, and even for extended family. This is definitely a Cancerian that they love their people and they care about their family, and they don't want distance between them, you know, but they want everybody to be in harmony and healthy. So that's where a lot of this Cancer's thinking is at the moment. Okay. Spirit is saying, Cancer, where this takes your Cancerian, or you, if you're here for you as a Cancer, is that there is going to be a move or a new house or a new but there is going to be, there's evolution in the area of home, and there's more stability in the area of home, and that is what's making its way into your space, and that's why there's a lot of thought around this for you or for them, depending on who you are watching this reading for. Okay. What are the current energies? Okay, let's see. What are the current energies around this Cancerian? So, the current energies around this Cancerian is, it's time. It's just time for personal evolution. Okay. This Cancer has the tendency to have goals and dreams and talk about them and think about them, but their entire life, their entertainment, their friendships, the how they spend their time is structured around distracting them from that. There is a fear. I think that is because of fear. That's what I'm picking up, where this Cancer's definitely been holding back and only going so far with a new project or with a commitment to self. So this is a habit I need to change, or this is what I need to start doing for me to support myself on this journey or to make this happen, and I'm going to do that once a week, or I'm going to do that every day, and then not seeing it through. Okay. And I think if you've been dealing with this Cancer, this is what really concerns you, is that there's been a lot of talk around possibilities, but there's nothing quite solidified. It's not like, okay, I'm doing this on this day and I'm following through on it. So you don't know if the future that you hope to have with this person, and you're trying to build it with them, that it's even going to be possible, because when you have the discussions around it, okay, what should we do, they are not bringing any concrete, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And if you can do that, we can bring it together in the middle, and then we can get to that point. You know, it's just conversation. It's just surface conversation. Yeah, I'd like that. I think that would feel good. I think I'd really enjoy that. I think that will make me really happy. Okay. But there's no actual commitment to, or saying, let's do that. I think we should do that. But they're not actually bringing a plan. In order for us to do this, this is what we need to start with. Let's start doing that. Let's start on Monday. You know what I mean? And this Cancer is always pulling back at the last moment from taking that step, knowing that this is what I should do, this is what I want to do, but for some reason just not taking the step. And it's because they're holding a part of themselves back, and they're watching and observing, and there's definitely this hesitance, there's definitely this fear. And Spirit says it comes from this place of looking at a plan in their head, trying to put together a plan in their head, but doing so from a judgmental, critical place. The go to being like the next step being, so initially being, yes, I'd like that, I'd love to make that happen, that will make me really happy, and then from there moving into, will it be right? If I do it like this, will that be right or wrong? If I do it this way, if we do it that way, will it be right or wrong? Do you understand? And that's the energy that this Cancerian that I'm channeling here is in. And this is why all of these people, so having to rebuild home, having to restructure home, wanting to take everybody, the family, and this Cancer considers even friends, family, along. Even though some of those situations need to change because they are not a match to the stability that this Cancer is creating. There are situations that this Cancerian keeps around because they consider it to be protection. And to be these buffer zones. Like, I like having this person around because they're sort of like a buffer between, they're a nice buffer for this, so they're a nice buffer, yeah, and, or I like doing that, I'm going to do that because it's just this buffer between, it's just this comfortable place between where I am and where I want to go. But I'm too afraid to go, in a sense. Okay. And so it's time, it's definitely time. The current energies is that it's time to remove these buffer zones. Okay. And to go inward, to take that deep dive, to take that step, and to start showing up for yourself. And to start keeping your promises to yourself, to start putting the plans down, making the plan. Okay, what is a list of things that I need to do in order to make this happen? And let me start with the first thing on the list and make that my focus. How am I going to hold myself accountable, that I show up for myself? And also being willing to remove these buffers. There's a lot of things that we sometimes have in our lives, relationships, situations, activities, that don't, every time we do them, we don't feel uplifted anymore, and yet we're still doing them. It's this buffer, it's this sense of, well, having these relationships that are familiar, and these friendships and these situations give me a sense of well-being and goodness and success. It makes me feel I'm okay, even though I know that I'm not okay here anymore. I want to create space for movement. You understand? So they're holding on to these situations that serve as buffers, and they're being guided to go underneath the truth of what has happened, and to surround themselves only with support, only with whatever supports change. Does that make sense? There's a compulsory plunge that needs to be taken. And this is the Oracle card. that this message comes through with. It's about complete commitment. There is something that this Cancer is not seeing through. And I feel like it's a complete commitment to self. And you'll see in this card, she's a mermaid. Okay. And the mermaid can live on land and in water. But every now and then she's got to go back into the water. Water is symbolic of emotions. This person has to have time to separate from the interactions and everybody else and what's happening outside of them, and to go inward and to immerse themselves in the emotions, in the feelings, in the energy, and how it flows and how it moves. That is their safe space. But I feel like this person spends so much of their time interacting and engaging with things outside of themselves. And that is what this is about. You see, what's in the water here around her are these fish. And this is symbolic of, have you noticed with the bigger mammals in the ocean, when the little fish come around and hover around them, it's as if they're picking things off of them. They're picking parasites off of them. So what Spirit is saying, that quiet time, that work that this Cancer does with themselves, the internal work, whether it's the therapy or the meditation or the coaching, or the walks, or all these processes that contribute to focusing inward, focusing on self, bringing my energy in and reconnecting to nature, reconnecting to my feelings, is their cleansing process. But when you're engaging, so for example, someone might consider that one of their wellness processes is going to be to go and sit in a sauna. If you're taking your girlfriends to the sauna and they're gossiping and talking about their problems, you're defeating the purpose. It's to be with you. Do you understand? And that is what this Cancer is being called to at the moment. That's the current energies, is to re-establish commitment to self. How many promises are you making and saying, okay, I don't want to do that again in that relationship, or I don't want to show up in that way again. And then you find yourself doing it because you're so focused when you're engaging with people or with your family or with your kids outside of yourself. Okay? That you're reactive to the energy that they're bringing. And there's nothing wrong with that, because it's clear to me that this Cancer really loves their people. But you're neglecting yourself. Or they are neglecting themselves, and so what they're receiving, the energy that they're receiving from their people, is a match to the neglect of self. So then the frustration comes in and the conflict comes in, because there is a selfishness that they then experience, that it's always about these other people and nobody hears them and nobody's considerate of them, and but they're not doing that for themselves. You've got to establish the vibration in the relationship with yourself that you want to experience from the people around you. Okay, so let's move on to the questions. Okay, so what are their priorities at the moment? So this is what Spirit is guiding this Cancerian towards. Okay, I feel like it is a very spiritual phase, definitely trying to reconnect with truth. All right, wanting to come back into balance, wanting to trust Spirit more, because they're feeling emotionally unfulfilled in many areas of their life. And but what are their priorities? Okay, and we know what Spirit is guiding them towards and calling this Cancerian towards. But where is this Cancerian's priorities? Where is their head at, or their heart at? Okay, some people make what is up here priorities. Some people make what is down here priorities. So let's see. And for Cancer, because they're so emotional, I think that it's here. But let's see. What are their priorities? Thank you, Spirit. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I said. Wanting to trust Spirit with this. Wanting to release, surrender, and just trust Source. And there's the Six of Swords. I'm ready to move. I want you to move me. Okay, I want to surrender. But do you see how she's sitting, looking down, sad, with the child next to her? That's symbolic of the inner child. And then there's this gentleman rowing the boat. And Cancer, the message that I'm getting here is that you, if this is for you or your person, this is constantly the state. This is what you're reaching for, is that I just want somebody to take control. I just want somebody to make the decisions. I just want somebody else to make it happen. Because I'm not feeling fulfilled or happy where I am, and I want movement that is going to make me feel fulfilled and inspired. Can somebody take me there, even if it's my guides, even if it's Source? And that is the crutch and the buffer. It's become a crutch and a buffer. It's not a bad thing to surrender, but why is it that you cannot be a part of rowing the boat? Why is it that you are just hovering down, looking down, saying, I hope that the universe moves me in the right direction, when you are not playing your part? Like, you are the creator of your reality. So I hope that the universe moves me north, because I feel like north is where I'm going to be happy. But in your day-to-day life, you're still repeating the actions and the behaviors, or ignoring them altogether. I'm just going to sit here. So you're not moving. You also have to be part of the creative process. Do you understand? So there's this programming around, and I think that we were taught this by through religion, that leave it to God, and yes, surrender. But I know that I would like to reach higher levels of alignment. In order for me to do that, I need to do processes that help me to recalibrate. I can't just expect that it's miraculously going to happen if I'm not doing the work. In order for me to do that, when somebody offers me a conversation or asks me to go out with them, I need to ask myself, does that contribute to me reaching alignment? When I'm out with this person, I don't feel safe, I don't trust them, they behave badly, or the conversation's always toxic, so it's a no. I'm going to pass that. You have to be a part of the team. You've got a non-physical team, right? And they all got the project, they all got the plan, and perhaps it's as simple as, can you take some time every day to dream, right? To get into alignment, we've got the plan, but you need to be a vibrational match. And you avoid doing that because you'd rather answer your phone and respond to messages, or you'd rather take that call from that friend that needs to talk to you for an hour about their problems, or you cannot leave the responsibility of creating the world and the life you want and how you want to feel in it to everybody, to the universe, to your non-physical team. It's like, yes, we're a team of 10. We all know where we want to go, but I'm going to go out and drink for the day. You guys work on it. No. You're stuck in the Six of Swords. This is a good energy. Okay? This is about surrendering. But do you see that energy of being in your head about it and not feeling happy and just feeling like I just want to be anywhere other than where I am. It's time for you to come on board with your own project. Okay. Or for your person, and basically I've just described where they're at. They're just hoping that I'm just going to put my head down and I'm going to think about what it is I want, and I'm hoping the universe hears me loud and clear and makes it happen. And then there's also a lot of thought around, what is it that I should do? What is it that I should do to help this along? I know what I want. I know how I want to feel. I know what it is I'm manifesting. What is it that I need to do to help this along? Because I know that what I want is a sense of stability and harmony. And I know that what I want is a sense of belonging. But I engage in these situations that don't make me feel safe and don't make me feel like I belong. You know, I'm just sort of simplifying it. All right. So that's your person's current energy. And let's see. Let's ask Spirit, that's their priorities. Their priority is just to put their head down, to think about what they want, and to hope that, and to hand it over to their guides and the universe as much as possible, and to hope that it happens. They've got to find that recommitment to self, and that's what this Cancer is working on. They know that this is something they do. And their priority is to figure out how they can stop that habit. What is it that they want from you? What is it that this Cancerian wants from you? What is it that Cancer wants from my collective, from this person? Okay, what is it they want? Okay. They want you. This Cancer would like to know that this is the way that they are. And that even though they don't say it, they would like for you to sometimes take control and take the initiative. It's a challenging one. And I'm not saying that what they want is what they should get, because they want to be at the steering wheel of their lives, but they want you to sometimes just take the wheel. Because they don't know where they're going, they're just sort of staring. And for you to take the wheel with your inspiration and take them on a journey with you. They want you. This person is afraid. This Cancer is afraid that there's definitely this gap between what they desire and what they believe they can have and their capacity to make it happen. This Cancer, I'm getting the feeling of somebody that doesn't trust themselves, and since childhood has longed for that person that is so stable and secure that they can just trust that when this person says let's go left, it's always a great idea. This Cancer wants you to just give them an opportunity not to have to think sometimes. Come up with great ideas, to do fun things, or to maybe go and look at houses, or just for the fun of it, without any expectations, or to say, I'm thinking we should do this, and to take that first step, that first initiative. They want it, but they're also afraid that if you do that and they need to take a step back, you will take it personally. So they're in this scary place, but if you can get to a place where you don't take it personally, where you guys can go and look at houses together, I'm just making an example, you know what your thing is, or can go and do fun things together, or you take them along on your journeys as you put your plans into motion, and give them a space and allow them to be a part of that. They want to just be taken along and to be led, without it being anything serious, or without them having to make any long-term decisions. I'm talking about small things like, okay, this is what we're doing every Sunday, and I'm picking you up every Sunday, and then but you're the one initiating it, you know. they also want stability. They want to build something stable. They want to build a home with you. They do want that. They want a stable offer, and they'd like to be so what I'm hearing is that you're waiting for them to say, this is my plan, this is what I want to do with you. You feel that they're the one that should be doing that. They'd like for you to be the one to say, I want us to do this together as well. You might be in the position where you want them to come to you and say, this is what I'm willing to offer, this is what I see, this is the offer I'm making you, and this is the life I want to build with you, right? They want you to do the same too. You're waiting for them to do it, and they want you to do the same too, so that you can be happy. All right? But what this Cancer wants is that you will be happy even on the days and in the moments when things are not happy. Does that make sense? Like, they want you to be happy with them even when it's not a happy day. I don't know how to explain that, or if I have the right words. This Cancer is doesn't want someone that things always needs to be perfect with. And that when things are not perfect, that suddenly there's conflict, and then the relationship is threatened to be torn apart. No, that I can be at peace with you even on the days when things are not going the way that we want. Okay? So that is what this Cancerian wants from you. How is it that they feel about my collective? How is it that this Cancerian feels about you? Feelings. You're their soulmate. This person loves you. But they need to have their autonomy in this connection. They want to feel that you love them for who they are today. Not who you hope they will be tomorrow. Who they are today. Because this person feels like they will always, a part of them will always be like this. Can you love them as they are? It's a big question. It's one you need to ask yourself, because you might be able to, but from a distance then. And you need to be honest with yourself about that. This person feels love for you. This is the Six of Cups. This is a soulmate connection. They feel like you, they look at you and you're able to live your life and to manage yourself, and they feel like they need someone to lead them, even though they don't want to show that, you know. Someone that they just feel is strong and solid without the need to control them. And this is what this person feels about you. This is a connection that you guys might have known one another when you were younger, or, you know, if you, earlier in your lives, and you've reconciled, you've come back together. And you're wanting to start over, but they definitely feel like you are more mature, more emotionally together, have a better idea, a better sense of what you want, and they feel like they have a lot of growing to do, but that you have the capacity to love them as they are. And so it's the Six of Cups and the King of Cups. That's love, right? They feel like you make them feel like a king, male or female. The king is the full embodiment of all that you are. The king is the one that has arrived after a long journey, has been through many things, has learned from their experience. And there's a lot of love here. But the King of Cups wants to be able to do things on his own terms. How do you guys create that space for one another without fear? Sometimes that takes work. Sometimes that takes growth, spiritual process, and spiritual healing and spiritual growth. But there's no doubt that this person loves you. What is the purpose of your connection? Thank you, Spirit. What is the purpose of this connection? What is the purpose of this connection? Give me another one on that. Purpose of this connection. All right. This is a soulmate connection. And there's an ancient karmic cycle that has to be healed. Someone in this connection has the tendency to want to move forward without giving themselves the opportunity. This person, this is what Spirit is saying. This person has made an altar of their wounds. They wear it, or they wear it like a badge. Their sense of who they are, their personal identity is sort of intertwined. I'm seeing roots intertwined with this sword or this coin. The sense of stability, the sense of who I am. It's sword. It's the mind. It's a mental construct of who I am that is intertwined with this wounding. And this person has this tendency to get themselves, in their attempt to build home, to have to create family, they will join the circus. Because they are, so think about the circus. The people that used to join the circus were outcasts because they looked different. The family abandoned them, just like in nature, when animals have a deformed pup or litter, they will either kill them or abandon them, so that because they don't believe they will make it. They see them as weak and as inadequate to survive. And so there have been times where people would have kids that they feel that very same way about, and they feel that it would be a mercy to kill them, and when that just became an unthinkable thing, it was they would be hidden, but they would in essence become or put somewhere, and they'd be outcasts. A lot of these, or they'd be abused and treated badly, and then those individuals would run away and go and join the circus, because at the circus you could be anything. You were a form of entertainment if you were different, and that would become your family. But the circus is it's just another form of oppression. It gives you a sense of belonging and a sense of home, and okay, I'm part of this group, so at least I'm not alone and I'm not going to die. But you're being exploited, and you're being abused, and you're being treated like an object, a form of entertainment, and not truly valued. But many people in life choose the circus, and this circus could be friends, this circus could be relationships, this circus could be family dynamics. Okay? And then they evolve and they outgrow it. And they realize in the world there's a place for them, and there are people who can love them, and maybe they can also have what everybody else has. So they try and move towards that, an opportunity for that, whilst still leaving some of who they are and some of their belongings behind at the circus, in case they need to come back, in case it doesn't work out. Because remember, their programming is so that they are not lovable, that they can't have what everybody else has. So they move forward to that new opportunity without mending the heart, that's where the Three of Swords come in. And without making the choice themselves, that's where the Six of Swords come in. I'm hoping other people make this choice for me, or just make it happen for me. I'm hoping the universe makes this choice for me. Do you see? And then there's those two swords at the back that they have there in case they need to come back. Okay. People who are in this energy have the tendency to self-sabotage, have the tendency to choose the relationship that is not the best for them, or the situation that is not the best for them, because it offers some toxic aspect that has the resemblance of codependence, so the chance of it lasting is greater because this person needs me in some way, because they are not in tune with their true value. And trying to build something new from a wounded heart chakra. And then it's next to the moon. So I'm getting a strong message of somebody that has either a personality disorder or struggles with mental health, but there's a lot of trauma here. And this person, you see how they keep looking back, and then there's the moon. They keep looking back to the traumas and the shadows and to what they're familiar with. And that's what the purpose of this connection is to heal this. I've recently received downloads about our tendency to identify with our diagnosis, or with our habits and our behaviors and our addictions. I am an addict. I am bipolar. I am narcissistic. No, you are not. It is, the diagnosis is to serve as a basis for understanding yourself and understanding how you need to better support yourself. It is not a life or a death sentence. And we so identify with our wounding that we cannot see ourselves as more. And that is what this is about. The purpose of this connection is to serve as a reflection, as the perfect mirror, to support us to give space to our more, to heal, to be okay with our shadows. We can't outrun them. You see the Seven of Swords, he's always trying to go towards better because he believes, I am a clown in the circus. You see? That is me, but I'm trying to reinvent myself, and I'm hoping that I'm given an opportunity to pretend or to act as if I'm something else, as if I belong somewhere else, when I know I belong in the circus, and it is not the truth. So there is a definite what needs to happen is a deep reconnecting with truth and remembering of who we are. And this is an old karmic cycle here that needs to be, there's an awakening that needs to happen here. And that's the purpose of this connection. Okay, so what is this? I'm going to look at what the soul's focus is. Okay. As I've said before, the soul is really guiding this Cancerian to focus on their relationship with themselves, keeping their promises with themselves, going inward, making that time to go inward, to assess what is it that I'm doing, that I've done, that I keep doing, that I need to create space for. What is it? Healing? Do I need therapy? Do I need to go on spiritual workshops? Do I need cleansing? What is it? The focus, your soul's focus, is to set you free from the illusion of bondage. It's an illusion. Okay, you see this woman. Now this is representative of male or female. It doesn't really matter. It's not gender specific, but She is standing there, and around her are all these swords. But you see, the sharp part is poked into the ground. So even if she were to touch it, to move and bump up against it slightly, it's not going to stab her, not really. Okay, but these swords are not real. Swords are symbolic of our thoughts and how we perceive reality. It's our mental construct. She thinks that she's surrounded by danger, and you'll see those ties that she's bound with. They're not tight, they're loose, and even the eyes, they not fully and completely covered. All she has to do is wiggle away out of those ropes, open her eyes up, and then she'll see, oh, there's a lot of space for me to move. Self-imposed bondage because of mental constructs, because of beliefs, because of self-concepts. That's what it is. And the soul's focus through everything that you are experiencing is to help you to realize you are not bound, that you in essence are free. Okay, what is coming in the future? What is it that this Cancerian can expect in the future? Okay, so we've already established that you have found yourself in the planning stage, always in the planning stage, but not taking action. Planning and planning, thinking and thinking, but not doing. Procrastinating and making excuses for hold-ups. And any reason, the various reasons to not go ahead. Choosing to live on a land of excuses and old patterns. All right. So this could be for you, Cancer, if you are watching for yourself, or for your person. But there is a deep calling. There is a deep soulful calling. And the soul is most definitely calling this Cancerian to stop wasting time and frittering away, because time is precious. There is a call to commitment, complete and utter commitment. It is bright and it is good, and it is a very different form of enjoyment that you are going to be experiencing in the weeks to come. You see, there are poisons and toxins and old patterns and old ways of thinking that you have held on to and maintained. And they are made manifest symbolically in some routines, situations, friendships. What's going to happen for you in the next few weeks, Cancer, or for your person, is that a lot of people are sort of going to drift away, going to find something new, or some situations are going to, I won't say collapse, but there's definitely going to be a revolution around situations, relationships, and habits. And some things that you have used as distraction, they are just going to, there's going to be a natural separation. some people that have been dependent on you are going to just find their own independence or other situations, but you're going to be, the space around you is going to become bigger, and you are going to find yourself enjoying diving deeper into rediscovering yourself again, but not even rediscovering, reconnecting with yourself. The Hermit card is coming up. So do not be surprised if you have physical symptoms where you will experience yourself as maybe being sick or lacking energy or not being able to do the things you used to do, or being too busy to do the things you used to do, or having something else to focus on. The universe is going to refocus you. And you might initially think, oh my God, something is wrong. But you're going to be forced to stay at home with yourself. Do you get what I'm saying? Or to be in that place where you get to be with yourself. Don't be afraid. It's going to be good. And when you resurface and you come back to land, everything is going to be different in beautiful ways. But some things need to shift. And I think that a lot of the people and the situations around you serve as a distraction and as noise. And they're going to go off doing their own thing. They're going to have projects, they're going to have things, or their car's going to break down and they won't be able to go anywhere, or they're going to suddenly have to go and get a job and now they can't see you. They're going to be occupied somewhere else. But something in that, to that effect, for you or for your person, depending on who you are watching this reading for. Beautiful. Cancer, I hope you enjoyed this reading and that it served. These readings are to serve you and not to hinder. I hope that you feel inspired and that you feel deeper connected to Source, to your team, and to the universe. If you'd like to get a personal reading, or you would like to get spiritual coaching or spiritual guidance and help on your journey, you're welcome to contact me. My email is below. And but whatever you choose to do, do what is best for you. The universe has your back and you are so incredibly loved. The only reason why you are being called to in any direction is because you have declared that that is your preference, even though there is a part of you that holds yourself apart from it. It is all happening perfectly, perfect timing. Take care, love and light, and I will see you next time. Bye now.